crafters, welcome back to my channel, Margaret Knob Designs. So happy to have you here. We are getting into our next tutorial for What's Brewing album. But before we go any further, what I want to do is I want to show you how to make that the flap for the door of this page. And this page right here, I want to talk about how I actually made these, and it's exactly the same. So I just wanted to take a minute to go ahead and show you that. And what I did is I cut out, I guess I should pull these out really, it would make more sense. I took my cutters, oh shoot, okay. I took my circle punches, and to get the hole in the middle, which I got there, I went around and I did cuts like this, depending upon how many I wanted. And then I had a hole in the middle of them. So then the next thing I did is I took my 3/4 inch punch. This was a 1/4 inch punch. This is a 3/4. And I just put it over the top, centered that, and cut those out. And then I made myself these types of punches so that I could put that here. And I glued 3 of these together for the base, 3 of them. And then I took one solid one, which was a 3/4 inch. I did the same thing, 3/4 inch. And I then also did put my pattern paper would go on the top of here. Let me, and that one I cut with my, this is my 5/8, 1/4 inch, wait, sorry, 3/4, this is, yeah, my 3/8 inch. I cut that, and then I would take that and I just glue it to the top of here so that it would look nice on the flat of my folds. So let me just put this on here, and I'm going to show you. So I would just glue that down to there. And then you have to have a couple of brads. And those brads are what's going to hold it all together. And so let me just pick one of these out of here. And the next thing that we're going to do is I have, oh, I set it out for myself, but of course it's not here when I'm looking. Oh, here it is. So then what I did is I took this, which is my, whatever you have for punching. So that's glued to that. But then what I did is I went to the middle of this and put the hole through so that it would already have a start for that. And with that, my brad is going to go into that and is also going to go into my paper and to the other side. I have 2 solid dots, and I'm going to glue those together, because what this is going to do is this is going to help with making sure that it doesn't pull through my patterned paper. So what I did when I was ready to put this together on the page, I took and put this directly underneath it, and I took my punch, or my pointy thing, and I put that through. I can see where my hole is. And I put that through like that. So then what I ended up doing also is, in order for this to get a string attached to it, where's my string? Here it is. So I would take a much bigger piece than this, but I just want you to be able to see what I was doing. So what I would do then is take this and this goes to the back, and then I'm sorry, it's this is why I didn't do the first one on camera with you, because I've only done this probably once before, and so I want to make sure that I'm doing it well. And these are tiny little brads, but it works. So then what I did is put the brad through here, through my pattern paper. And the reason for doing this is because I want to make sure that this is all covered and hidden in the back of this. So I actually am going to do one thing. I'm putting a hole in here because I just thought of something that would make it a lot easier. So what I would do then is I would put this through here, and what I'm going to do is take my twine and I will knot it around my brad, down like that. Then I'm putting this on here. I'm going to pull my string tighter. And then I'm going to take this and separate my brads, or the tips of the brad. And then you have your twist that you can do. If you want this twist to be at the top and not at the bottom like I have it right here, all you need to do is to tie it around here and let the tails go down under. I hope that makes sense, and I hope that it was clear enough for you. So let me just get these things put away, and let's get on to making our album. All right, I'll just put those away over there. Okay, so on we go. When we finished yesterday, I finished with the double page that was the double flaps on the page, and I had put pattern paper down here, and all we're waiting for is to put pattern paper onto here. I ended up putting this flap on here. We're going to cover those over. I'm not going to do that on camera. Basically what I'm going to do though is I would put a piece of pattern paper down here, and the measurements for that is, for my waterfall, sorry, I just want to make sure I get it all right. This top one would be 3 7/8 by 5 7/8, because this is a 6 by 6. That's the top one, and then each one of these going down will be 1/2 inch by 5 7/8, and we're going to cut 9 of those going down. And then there is another spot here. So beyond this hinge here, this is going to be again 3 7/8 by 5 7/8 with our pattern paper. This flap was cut at 2 inches by 8 inches. And then I scored a 1/2 inch on the end to make this a flap up. So that gives you all the final measurements on that, with the exception of these. And kind of what we talked about is that just use your leftover papers and measure it out enough so that it goes underneath our waterfall here and covers it over. So let's get going on this next page. And what we're going to be doing for this page is I've got some flaps cut out. And what I would like to do, the flaps, I cut 4 of them. They were cut at 5 1/2 by 4. And then they were taken, sorry, just put those on to hold them. So they were 4 and 5 1/2 by, oh wait, you know what? Sorry, I'm making a mistake. They were 4 by 6, and that's why it comes to 5 1/2 by 4. So you're going to score at a 1/2 inch there. And so what I'd like to do is to put these down first, and then go ahead and put our pattern paper underneath them once we have all our magnets put down. So let's go ahead and get doing that. And I am going to do this, I'm turning this around so I can see it a little bit better in this light for me. And I'm going to put these so that they're close to the hinge, but not directly on top of the hinge. I'm trying to decide whether I really want these to go straight across from each other, or if maybe I will, because then if I do that, I don't have to use as many magnets. True. So if I put this one down here and we make it all right, so then we're going to take this and I will put this down. Let's match it up to here. I think you can still see this. There we go. And then we're just going to be using 4 magnets for this page so that because one set of magnets will hold both of these down. There we go. And what we're going to do is there is an additional magnet on the back of here. So I'm going to take that off, lay that down, and there we've got our magnets all set. All right, so then let's take our other 2. Take these magnets off here. I put extra magnets on here in preparation, thinking I would need that many magnets, but I guess I don't, do I? Okay. Sorry, I was just trying to figure out which way I was looking at leaning for putting this on and flapping up and back. Sorry for my silence there for a few minutes or not doing anything. I just wanted to make sure that I was doing it the way I needed to open them, because I'm going to make this flap on this side open this way, and it's going to be on top. So right. All right. So then what we're going to do, again, take the tape off of this one, this magnet, and we'll put that down onto here. And we've got our flaps opening like this and like this. All right, excellent. So then we're going to cover these. We want to cover the top of these with this blue, and these were all cut at 5 3/8. Let me just check. Let me make sure. Sorry, 3 7/8 by 5 3/8. I was right. So 5 3/8 by 3 7/8. So we're going to put those down. I also distressed along the edges of all of these. And I'm also going to not do anything on top of this paper because, you know, the pattern paper, I mean, because we can put pictures on top of that if we want to, or we can, you know, just leave it plain. Or we can also put some cut aparts, you know, some of the other items on the front of them. And if you have the 8x8, you know, the 8x8 cut aparts, that they might even be better for this because they're a little bit smaller size, so they don't take up a huge amount of your paper down on this side. And then we open this one up. Oh! My mother would say, "Whoa, Nellie." I don't know why she would say that. She was born and raised in the city. Okay. And then that comes down over that. We open this one up. This one is going to go down here. I always match them up as I go to make sure that, or I dry fit them before I put glue on them. Another thing is that if you wanted to extend these so that you had more room for your flaps, you could take and put another flap onto here and have it flap out further. So that's another option for you. But I'm going to take the back of these, and I'm just going to show you one, and I'll finish up the other ones off camera. I'm putting down onto here these white sheets in the back so we can put pictures on the back of there. I'd rather not put my pattern paper on the back because I want to try to have it as much as I can where it can be seen. Plus we could stamp on here too if we also wanted to place photo here, but I'm going to leave it as that for now. And I have 3 other ones to be able to put down onto here. Now the thing that we're going to do then is put a piece of pattern paper right here, and I'm going to make sure my measurements are correct. So my measurements here are just under 7 and 7. Oh, that's right, 7 and 7/8 by 8 3/8. Okay, so let's find ourselves a pattern paper that we'd like to use. These are some, I'm thinking about that one because that's the back of this one. Although the thing is I love this color. We could take one of these that has the pattern on the bottom. So I'm thinking about one of these. This one I'm thinking about using on my waterfall page. So I'm not going to use that one underneath. I think I'm going to do this one. So we said 7 and 7/8. 7 and 7/8 by 8 3/8. Oops, I think I need to move some things, right? I get going and I just stack everything on top of everything, just so I don't have to stop. Now, I want to see, I'd really rather have this side. Hmm. 7 and 7/8. Well, I think there's no, and then 8 3/8. Okay, let's just audition this piece of pattern paper. See if we work in there. My apologies, I cannot see. I think I'm going to take just a sliver off this side. So rather than being 7 and 7/8, we might want to make it, just a little bit smaller than that. So I don't know if I would go to 7 3/4 or what, but I just want to make sure that we're not ending up with any issues with this folding in. I think we're good. So what we'll do is we go around this just to kind of eliminate some of that. I usually use the Distress Ink Vintage Photo. I am using archival ink right now because I don't know where I put my Vintage Photo ink pad. It's probably right in front of me and I'm just not seeing it. So let's go ahead. We'll get this down. This doesn't have to be covered in glue, as in every single inch of it, because it's honestly much better if you don't cover every segment of it in glue because it'll just make your paper warp. And glue actually holds better than tape for longer term. My apologies, I just can't see this. This brown paper is giving me headaches here. Not headaches, but you know what I mean. It's kind of like the black paper. If I have to, I will go back in and put a little bit more glue on it to make it just a little bit more even on there. I think we're good. I don't know why I'm having such a tough time here. Okay, there we go. I am going to let that down. There we go. And there we have that page, and you can put your photos on there. It's a nice brown and blue behind it, but we'll put our white on the back of there. So that's our page 1 finished. Page 2 is actually going to be a pocket page, and a flat page will be coming up. I need to, let me just look at one more thing here. I want to use the green paper, and I think I'm going to use that in my last pages here. So here I need to find what's that one? Maybe that'll be a nice complementary to that. So our page is 8 by 8.5. So we need to cut our pattern paper for this spot, or this page needs to be cut at 7 7/8. 7 7/8 by, it was 8.5, so 8 3/8. And notice that I have my pattern going the right direction, that I cut it so that it would go on the page like that. And then we have these cutoff pieces that we can use for pockets or other areas, or finishing for this page. So we're going to start off by just having, not a happy girl here today. This is not, okay. I am going to take the finest of strips off of each side because the measurements are correct, but they are, for some reason, unless I cut one of those pages a little bit longer than, or wider than normal. So I would always start with the right cut that you want, and then cut very small pieces off in order to get it to line up or match up to exactly what you want. So I'm going to take this and line it up to my page, make sure I've got what I want. this looks like it's crooked, but I'm not gonna, still will be fine, so I'm just gonna go with it. I just don't want to hold you up that much on camera, so I'm sure we'll be fine. So we're going to take this, and this is going to go down on here. I know it looks like I put a lot on there, but I really didn't. Okay, so we've got our cardstock down. Not cardstock, I apologize, pattern paper we've got down. And then I cut out these pockets ahead of time, and I want to put them down onto this page going right up here. We're going to put those along here, and these were cut at 6 inches. So the inside of this is 5.5 by 6 by 3.5. And then you're going to score this side and score on this side and score on the bottom. And then you're going to miter your corners. And we will put tags or little booklets in them. I don't have an exact measurement on where I'm going to put them or how I'm going to put them. I'm just kind of eyeballing it. And then I will put patterned paper over the top of these pockets that will complement this patterned paper right here. So we're putting these off to this side. And the reason why I put it off to this side is because I was thinking about it. I don't really want it to meet with the hinge or anything. So I thought this would be the best way to do it. And then along here, I am going to put 3, I think I'll do 2 by 2 or 2 by 3 going down this way. And we will put some complementary paper in back of it. So I'll probably cut white ones or maybe patterned paper. And let's put our glue on here. And I will put this one down a little bit lower, not quite even on the page, but that's because I want to make sure that the tag will fit in the pocket and will not stick too far above. Too far above our page. So that's going to go there. And like I said, I'm going to put some pictures down this side. I am going to come back and put the pattern paper on this, but the pattern, let me give you the measurement for it. So this was 5.5 or 5 inches going across. So it's going to be 4 7/8 by, I thought it was 2 7/8. Yep, it is. So 4 oh gosh. 4 7/8 by 2 7/8. Okay, that's what size your pattern paper is going to be. These, I probably am going to do these as 2 by 2s and do 3 2 by 2s going down here. Again, I may put something to complement it going down here, but I haven't made a decision on that yet. I just don't want the video to get too long that I can't get it uploaded quickly. So then we've got this page that we did do together already, and we're going to put that over, and we're going on to, well, it feels like so many. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is our 4th page. And on our 4th page, what we're going to do is we are going to be putting a pocket down on the bottom, and we're going to do a flap over that pocket like that. That's how it's going to look. So similar to how I did the double fold pages, this is all one 12 by 12 piece of craft artisan cardstock. And so what I want to do is to put that down onto here, and I'm going to put this down to here. And this is perfect measurement so that this stays square with our pocket and with the full page. So we cut this artisan cardstock. We cut one piece. This was cut at 8.5 and scored a 1/2 inch on that end by 8 3/8. And then our pocket was cut at going across 9 3/8 so that you can score on either side of the pocket back here. And it was by 4 because we're scoring a 1/2 inch there. So we're going to take, and I'm going to put my glue on, starting with this flap. I hope I'm not out of camera. Putting this down. Come on. So I'm putting this down first so that I get that centered on my page, and it will center it for the pocket as well. But I need to turn this, I'm sorry. I hope you can still see what I'm doing here. I'm just trying to get this centered to the edge and to the side. All right. So then we have our pocket here, and I'm going to pull this over, and I'm going to glue on these sides. All the while I'm keeping this together only because I want to make sure that I match them up evenly on the page. And once we get this down, I'll then remove the tape. There we go. This moved just a little bit. There we go. Probably shouldn't have just taped one side. I should have probably taped, 2 pieces, but this works. So now that we've got that pocket down, we should be able to open this up and see that it works quite well. And we're going to take, let's see, I'm going to take one of these magnets, put it right here on my page, and then that magnet's going to go down there. I need to put glue on it though, or tape, because my adhesive came off because I ripped it off that card before. So I'm just going to secure it with art glitter glue right now. So there we go. And we can then do paper on here and also paper on our pockets. Maybe we can use some of this paper that was left over from what we cut on the other pages, just like the other leftovers. But I'm going to do that off camera only because I I want to be able to use some of my cutoffs, and you don't need to watch me put the vintage photo on it and cut all those pieces. So I'm going to come back with the next pages in here. So this was page, again, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then this will be 5 and 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then we will finish off with the back of that. So thank you so much.